Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm going to be showing you how to connect the different Hogwarts sections released in 2021. These ones break from the system introduced from 2018 through 2020. They do have sand green roofs and they are modular, and so they all connect to each other as part of the 20th anniversary wave. We've got three sets here: the Hogwarts Polyjuice Potion Mistake for $20, Hogwarts Fluffy Encounter for $40, and then at the back we've got Hogwarts Chamber of Secrets for $130. I will also be making a separate connection video showing you how you can integrate this with that 2018 to 2020 system. And then I hope in the future to eventually put this next to my castles from 2010 and 2011. I just have to rebuild them first. So here are all of the different Hogwarts modules laid out. I am, of course, missing the set that's releasing in August, but I also don't know if it officially connects in any way. So what I'm going to do first is show you guys the official instruction book connection method, and then we'll play around and try a couple of different configurations for ourselves. So this is the resulting structure after you've assembled it according to the instructions. I think that this looks relatively good, but there is like a huge problem, and that would be right down there, where we've got the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom on the same level as the cliffs, which just doesn't look right at all. You know, even the girls' bathroom section, I feel like that makes the entire middle look very plain. But that kind of exterior section would work better next to cliffs than like a module with so many windows. So I don't know. I don't love this, because the other thing is that you have like, I feel like that turret from the Fluffy set looks a little bit awkward over there. And then like the kind of like open space area, like the crenellated wall with the broomstick, that looks a little bit awkward just being straight in the middle. So you might still have to play around with this a little bit. However, this is the best configuration by far for the interior. I really love the way that everything flows, except of course for the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, because it's really awkward to have it tucked away in the corner over there. I really wish that, you know, either the castle should have ended like where Fluffy is, and we shouldn't have had, you know, like another 8x8 section, or LEGO should have introduced like another $20 set with like an underground area, because that just looks very, very awkward to have like dungeons all the way through and then the Devil Snare is right next to a classroom. So the Fluffy area works pretty well, because you can have the harp over here like it's just put him to sleep. And then you can open up the trapdoor if Harry wasn't in the way. You can still open the trapdoor and then fall into the Devil's Snare. But like I said, it's right next to a classroom, which is super weird. And I mean, like, so I've set up the interior how I'm going to display it. So I've got Luna fending off the Cornish pixies. But the other thing that you lose here is that Lockhart's office is now above the girls' bathroom instead of being above his classroom. And I mean, that's okay. But again, I just feel like it looks kind of strange to have such a large tower rising up out of like the direct middle. So I actually might just go ahead and switch his office with that open wall section and see if it looks better. But I mean, we'll get around to that. The girls' bathroom area looks fantastic. Honestly, that's like my favorite interior section of any of these like connected sets, besides maybe the Great Hall. And now you can actually have the function work, because you flip up the sink, and then let's just grab Tom Riddle, because he usually doesn't have an accessory. And you can just put him into that little hole, and then he will come out of the slide. So that works really well, and I'm very happy with that feature. I love being able to connect LEGO sets like this and have them function together, because it's just really special, and it kind of makes everything better in my opinion. But I mean, the Chamber of Secrets is still a huge problem, because there's just no space to pose figures. I'm more okay with like the graded pieces being down here. I really think that they're an eyesore when you go higher up, so I will be replacing them. But I think I'm going to end up replacing them down here too if I don't have to do too much disassembly, because I wanted Ginny in the chamber, and there's just like no space to put her. Ideally, she would be in front of Slytherin's face, but there's no space, which is fine. You know, like they tried to cram that in there, and they did a good job. But I mean, I can't even have her standing next to the bones, because there are literally no studs to pose her on. And that's very frustrating for me, because then this is like the only place where I can actually secure her to some studs and still have her be underground. The Great Hall remains the same, although again, you have this problem where this like chamber opening is just shoved off to the side. Again, I wish that they had found a way to make it an 8x8 module, or even an 8x16. Like I would have taken like a massively oversized like build that included the door if you know, it was actually like able to integrate with the rest of the castle. Because even when you connect it, it can't connect up here, so it's set so much further back, and that's really frustrating. Because like, I want to have everything connected to Technic pins so that nothing gets knocked out of alignment on display, but I'm not going to be able to do that because this castle is just so flat and boring from the outside in this configuration, and this thing is going to need to be like angled to make it look more interesting. So there's my quick attempt to fix the roof. I now have the fluffy roof section overlapping two of the 2x16 modules. I think this looks better, but it still doesn't look great, and now it's like harder to disconnect them because that roof is like securing the modules together. But I mean, like, that turret on the end just looks out of place to me. It looks fine in the fluffy set, but it's just like, it being at the same level as all the other roofs, it doesn't really work in my opinion, because to make the turrets look good, they need to be rising up like above the height of the rest of the castle, which again, if the Chamber of Secrets door was an 8x8 module, then you'd be able to like raise that up a little higher. So yeah. Here's a quick rearrangement in my attempt to make the exterior look better, but still have like the functioning bathroom to chamber slide. I think this looks okay. It's kind of awkward to me to have like such an open space, like again with that tower, be crammed in between like two tight buildings. It should be rising out. Honestly, I think I might make my own 8x8 module, or I'll see what's included in that Hogwarts flying lesson set. Maybe that set's going to improve the connection a bit. But I mean, because I'm going to be displaying this from the outside, I'm not really going to be seeing the inside a lot, but I'd still like the functions to remain like where they're supposed to be, to make it, you know, like just for my own like head, just to know that like the functions are in the correct places. But I'm going to have to do something different because I just hate the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom being down there. It looks terrible. Either that exterior should have been changed to like reflect that it would be on the base in this configuration, or like, you know, something like the girls' bathroom. I know that there's a bunch of sinks in there, but even if it had more windows like the classroom, I think that that would make it look better, because right now that bathroom exterior is just kind of an eyesore compared to the rest of how like nice and arched and beautiful the castle looks. And there's the interior. I do think it looks a little bit better, like having the classroom on the floor looks better in this interior configuration, because now you've got like the chamber at either end of Hogwarts, so I kind of like that design better. All right, well, I think this configuration is pretty decent. This is what I've come up with to make the exterior look as good as possible, and I think that this is the way to go if that's what you care about. Now everything looks good. The Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom is, you know, high up where it should be, as the exterior implies. I've got the bathroom on the floor, but this does ruin the interior functions a little bit. I've managed to keep fluffy where it should be, but it's really that bathroom loss that irritates me. I did check the Hogwarts Flying Lesson set. It's got two 8x8 modules and then one exactly like the Chamber of Secrets door that doesn't that connects to everything else, but that you can't build on top of. And so that's extremely frustrating, but then at least like I guess it'll be at either end. I'm actually importing that set from Europe. I'll get it in July, so I will do an update video on this when I have like all of the Hogwarts sets. Okay, the interior doesn't look too bad. I actually think I will be keeping it like this. The girls' bathroom looks okay on the ground floor because, I mean, it is a bathroom, so it looks good higher up, but it's more dense than any of the other sections besides the Chamber of Secrets, if that makes sense. Like, you have a very large build going all the way up to the wall, whereas all the other sections of Hogwarts are kind of like airy and more open. So I think it looks fine on the ground floor. The slide is still functional because you can pull off the rock at the front. It's just that you lose the opening sink function. So I don't know, I'll play around with this some more and maybe figure it out. I think I might do one more configuration right now, maybe not using all of the pieces. All right, well, I'll call this design Tall Hogwarts, and I actually like this quite a bit. I do think it's kind of a shame that the windows don't line up with the Great Hall anymore because, you know, I've got the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom above the bathroom. But this preserves all of the functions and it avoids having all of those windows on the ground floor. I do think the balcony section looks better there. The only problem is that you're going with an 8x8 roof piece unused, and I do really like that roof piece, so you could swap that out for the second turret, but then, again, you're always going to have one roof piece unused in this configuration, which I think is fine. And you'll notice I didn't swap around any of the Great Hall pieces because I don't know, like I don't want to get into that. I like having the Great Hall above the chamber. That is like, you would need an 8x16 and an 8x8 module to go above the chamber then. But then the benches from the Great Hall stay where they are, so I don't want to get around into messing with that. You know what? I think I actually do like this configuration the best. It looks great from the interior as well. So I'm actually really happy with how this worked out. I just might swap out the second turret, the one with like the table inside from the Fluffy set, and put like the broomstick section on there. But other than that, I think I'm going to be keeping it like this because the interior looks fantastic and I really like how tall the middle gets. All right, well, that does it for this video. Let me know how you guys are going to be displaying your Hogwarts sections. Even if you just get the Fluffy set and the Polyjuice set, you're still going to have a very nice chunk of the castle. But honestly, all of these sets together cost $190, and this is fantastic value for $190. I mean, I'm very happy with this, and I do have a lot of fun playing around with it. It's very modular. It's very fun. I kind of want to buy these for my cousin because I feel like he's really going to love, you know, being able to move stuff around, but I don't think he likes Harry Potter, so that's kind of a shame. But yeah, I will be doing an update video when I get that Hogwarts flying lesson set, and then I will be doing another video coming out tomorrow about the connection with the 2018 sets. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com. I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.